Military-based games are perhaps some of the most adrenaline-infused ones thanks to the numerous situations where the player has to think fast and act even faster if he or she wants to be the one still breathing on the battlefield. Over time, many of these titles have been released, and from the wide assortment available in the market, we managed to pick 10 of the best games that make you feel like you're in the army. A realistic open-world military tactical shooter, ARMA 3 has a lot to offer in terms of gameplay, a wide assortment of missions being available in the single-player mode. From single wolf infiltration missions to more complex large-scale combat operations, the player is constantly challenged by the authentic gameplay mechanics of this game, ARMA 3 feeling like a highly immersive army-based title where you really have to struggle in order to survive. With a highly competitive and focused action, Insurgency is a tactical shooter that could very well compete against the likes of Counter-Strike. Its engaging gameplay and equally interesting storyline ranking it pretty high in the market. With 16 playable maps in both night and day versions and about 40 weapons with realistic behaviour, Insurgency is an independent title that puts many other big names of the industry to shame. Allied Assault is certainly one of the most esteemed military-based video games of all time, its iconic portrayal of the Omaha beach landing entering history for its high degree of authenticity. But this gaming title has even more to offer, the overall atmosphere emanated by this gameplay being one of the most convincing aspects of the game, the Medal of Honor franchise becoming even more appreciated after the release of this particular title. Battlefield 1942 doesn't just offer an action-infused gameplay where guns are blazing and bombs are dropping, it also capitalises a great deal on its World War II inspired theme, replicating a lot of iconic conflicts that actually took place in real life. Besides the single-player default mode, there is also a multiplayer one where you can take part in massive battles with up to 64 players, immersing yourself in a truly unique experience unequalled by any other game. A semi-anonymous gaming title, Operation FLASHPOINT Dragon Rising, has a killer campaign where you will be able to get your hands on a myriad of weapons with highly realistic physics, so you'll definitely feel as if you were placed right in the middle of a battlefield. Besides this cool aspect, in Operation FLASHPOINT you can also pilot over 50 different combat vehicles, making the whole gameplay even more intensive and immersive. For a more in-depth and varied war experience, in Red Orchestra 2 Heroes of Stalingrad you have the unique choice of playing as either the Germans or the Russians in two different single-player campaigns, each of the gameplays unfolding differently and giving way to totally unique experiences. Also, a kind of overlooked game, Red Orchestra 2 is full of realistic effects, such as the bullet drop for example, a nice touch that greatly contributes to the entire gameplay authenticity. Based more on tactics and stealth, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six shifted the perspective from the more shooting-oriented wargame to the planning and slow-thinking type, being a total oddity back in the day when the likes of Doom and Quake were the trending games out there. As time passed, Rainbow Six became one of the go-to games when in search of an authentic military-grade experience to be remembered. Spec Ops: The Line managed to stand out from the multitude of other military games not because it glorified war in and of itself, but because it had the courage to go down the path of the most uncomfortable and relentless aspects of combat, such as the horrendous and iconic white phosphorus scene. To feel like a real soldier, you have to taste the bitterness of the frontline combat, and Spec Ops manages to give its players exactly this real perception of war. Everyone knows that Navy SEALs are the most badass group out of all the military wings, and in SOCOM 4 you have the chance to really get a taste of what it's like to command an elite group of 5 heavily trained soldiers that have to re-establish order in a South Asian country that has been invaded by some ill-willed militants. This game is not only intensive in nature, but it also plays the realism card very well, having a good portion of squad-based tactics that really push you into the conflict. Set in the 1960s during the Cold War, Black Ops features a cinema-like experience thanks to its revolutionary graphics and one of the best storylines ever found in a Call of Duty game. The special missions that you have to carry out behind enemy lines are so energy consuming that at the end of the game you will most certainly feel as if you've really been in the middle of a gruesome armed conflict. This was our list featuring 10 games that make you feel like you're in the army. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons because it helps us immensely, and why not leave a comment below whilst you're at it. You can also check out GameBite.com for even more from the world of gaming, but until next time, thanks for watching and have a great day.